Have you guys seen all that Twitter discourse over the guy who was murdered? I guess they were like left leaning. I don't even know to what extent they were left leaning or what they did. It was this couple, and anyway, they were just out in the street, and crazy dude approached them and then stabbed this guy to death. And it's basically led to a fuck ton of right wing people going like, "Ha, he got what he deserved." You know, he wants to destroy the West by bringing in immigrants and is anti-life and is blah blah blah. So like the essential like the broader message, I guess, is just if you're even remotely left of center, it means that it's good if you die, which is what I've said they believe for years now, but this is one of the most open examples I've seen of it. I've seen there were people getting like tens of thousands of likes, basically just saying like, yeah, it's good that he's dead because he's left leaning actually. Like we always knew that they believed this, but it's they're not usually this overt over it. What is this new story? People are cheering on murder. Can't say I'm surprised. Well, I think that there's something important to note about the pretext being dropped and the narrative just being if a left-leaning person is murdered, it's good. You know, normally they don't go to that extent, even though it seems like it's the obvious, like, conclusion of their beliefs. They don't explicitly say it because it makes them seem, you know, psychotic. I think in this case there was a lot of other stuff tied into it because I think the person who did the stabbing was black, so it was like, haha, if only you weren't woke, you would have seen his dark skin and immediately done a threat assessment, realized that he was actually, you know, a high level threat and would have taken him down with judo. And then I've seen some masculinity stuff where it's like this guy who did the stabbing to death is significantly smaller than this guy. So like, oh man, what has happened to our men when they can't even defend themselves? As if like you're walking down the street and a guy is hassling you and you think, oh, he's 4 inches shorter than me. I'm ready to do jujitsu, you know? Yeah, there's a lot of race baiting. CBS blurs out the face of the black man who allegedly murdered left-wing activist and, quote, poet Ryan Carson with a knife in New York City. Ask yourself, would CBS blur the assailant's face if he were white? Yeah, they do often blur features of suspects. That's a thing that happens, but okay, you know, love our race baiting. One of my favorite tidbits from like engaging with this community broadly is after the big drama fallout with Nick Fuentes's America First group. One of the other guys, like the reason Nick Fuentes has just been openly like promoting the Holocaust or whatever is because he realized at some point that he got a ton of fame by distinguishing himself from the neocons over at TPUSA. But now Charlie Kirk is just like openly a white nationalist fascist, right? Like Charlie Kirk, there's nothing. Nick Fuentes realized that unless he just started openly Sieg Heiling, he was just a less effective version of Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk is pretty open about believing every possible bad thing. Yeah, he abandoned the pretext a while ago. Ryan Delling, 18, charged with murder and deadly stabbing a New York City activist, Ryan Carson. It's really sad. Oh, well, wait. Wait, wasn't the other... So wait, CBS blurred it in video, but they just printed a... Yeah. Okay, so CBS blurred it here, but then in the article CBS published, there's his face? Then what's the message that... What? So what? So it's just like randomly, here's a blur, here's not a blur, billions must die? What's the narrative here from Charlie Kirk? Well, a blur, a no blur, the white race is dying. Like what? Okay. Um. Anyway, I saw the video, which I'm not going to show because it's a guy getting stabbed to death. But it's pretty clear this dude's like hopped up on some shit. I don't know. Is it fentanyl? I don't know what drugs do. Drugs aren't even real. It was some kind of drug, probably. Being a freak. I think you shouldn't murder people personally. That's my personal opinion, I think, on the matter. Got to keep that thing on you. I mean, I don't think that the world would be safer if everyone just carried a gun at all. In fact, the data suggests the complete opposite. I do think that the problem is if you don't have a gun and a homeless dude or like some crazy, clearly drugged up guy or whatever, it like starts charging at you or whatever. The like mental calculus, I guess, is does he have nothing, a knife or a gun? Because if he has a knife, you might be able to just kick him really hard and like get away. If he has a gun, you can't just kick him and get away. You kind of have to like you have to like completely f him up, and you never know whether they have a knife or a gun, right? Like in their pocket or whatever, because you could like run off and then he could just draw on you. Just buy mace. Yeah, mace or a taser or something, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's fucked. It's probably a good idea to have like mace or a taser or something. That shit is illegal here. Yeah, in New York, isn't it illegal to have a taser? I think that's really stupid. Like, I think that's very stupid. Why would you? I know that you can like genuinely really hurt people with like a taser or a mace, but you can also with a knife. Like, come on, you can't like get rid of the viable tasers can kill. I mean, anything can kill. I think mace is illegal in New York City too. Is that true? Mace? Can you even kill people with I guess if they have an allergic reaction. I mean, but that's like anything. That's like you can't cook hot dogs because the meat juice in the air can give you an allergic. Like what is that? Mace banned New York City. No, it's legal. There are a few caveats. Purchases must be made in person, maximum of 2 per people. It's illegal to ship pepper sprays and gels to New York. Okay, so you can use it, but you can't ship it. You have to like buy it in person from a store or something. And what about tasers? Tasers. The legality of stun guns and tasers in New York City, New York State falls into something of a gray zone. I think that's dumb. I think they should be illegal. Whatever. I think that's dumb. Like all the caveats. Anyway, it's just really sad. Yeah, look at this. Like this is the response people get. Ben Gross says, "I think you shouldn't celebrate murder." Reply, "I feel like you're probably Jewish." You know, tasers suck for self-defense. They're unreliable. I just whatever. You know, a pepper spray isn't perfect either. If a guy's charging you, better to have those things than not. You know what the dude? There are open Nazis all over Twitter, like everywhere. None of them get banned anymore. I know, but still, yeah, it's pretty wild. Pocket fentanyl is my preferred choice of self-defense. Like pocket sand, you just like you fling it out. The right-wing logic is because I guess these people help criminals get released from prison. Now that a criminal killed them, it's ironic and they're celebrating actual. Well, the logic doesn't matter. They're not logical people. It's just like if they were openly celebrating the murder of anyone left of center now.